30 seconds, someone dies from a road accident somewhere in the world. Of the millions of people who use the roads every day globally, about 3,000 of them will die from road crashes, and many more will end up with a permanent disability. The statistics of road injuries and the fatalities born from them is no longer a fact that can be hidden, ignored, or tolerated. Indeed, road accidents have become an epidemic and a deepening crisis for the public's health and a major contributing factor to the causes of poverty in developing nations.
The Northern Road Corridor, which passes through Kenya and Uganda down through Rwanda to Burundi, is one of the most dangerous road corridors in the world. In Kenya alone, 10 people a day die in traffic accidents, and as many as 500 others are injured. That is the reason we are focusing on the Northern Road Corridor in Kenya as one of the focal projects for this intervention.
85% of these crashes are due to human error. It is due to the indiscipline, to the insanity amongst our own drivers.
What we want to do in Kenya is to say, what shall we do to deal with the fellows who are rebellious as fast drivers?
This is reflective of a culture laced with defiance and impunity, a don't care attitude which culminates into a dangerous mentality of high-handedness, resulting in the laxity in the observation of all known road safety measures.
One of the achievements is about the appropriate use of ICT in the fight against corruption, of which that was a challenge for my country, and I think I will take that back to my organization and able to spread it to other youth organizations and probably maybe our government to see that how best we can use ICT in the fight against corruption.
We've learned more innovative tools, and I think the war is on.
We've been able to determine that only mentorship can bring youth to be well engaged in the fight against corruption.
It's absolutely incredible to see all these guys really excited to fight corruption. It's a great cause, and the tools that the World Bank Institute is giving us and the participants over here is invaluable tools that they can use and that they can teach other youth to combat corruption actively.
On the 27th of August 2010, Kenya enacted a new constitution. This was 47 years after it gained its independence from the British government on the 12th of December 1963. The struggle for a constitutional change continued earnestly throughout the new millennium, and the dream was finally realized on the 27th of August 2010.
Kenya is about to enter a decisive year, one of its critical years in its history, 2012. And the year is so critical for three reasons. First, Kenya is going through rough economic times, and they'll be rougher because of the euro crisis.
Kenya has had to struggle with international food and fuel price increases, as well as the drought in the Horn of Africa and the turmoil that's affecting the Eurozone, which is one of its key markets. But even with growth of 4.3%, Kenya will be growing more rapidly than it did over the period 2000 to 2010. Moreover, if the financial crisis in the Eurozone is not excessively deep or extended, we believe Kenya can come back to 5% growth in 2012.
The prices themselves have gone up so much. And most of the people, they cannot afford. You find that most of the citizens, they are suffering.
The NTV County Edition team has been to every of the 47 counties in the country. I'm talking about some of the remotest and farthest corners of this country. Kiunga on the Kenyan-Somalia border in the county of Lamu, Tubute on the Kenyan-Ethiopia border in the county of Wajir. And out there it's really a mixed bag. There are counties that are ready and raring to go. Counties like Kiambu, they have the infrastructure, they have the economic resources, but there are counties where a lot of work will need to be done.
We expect that devolution will be able to improve service delivery and even overall performance of the of the economy and also better development.
As the Land Rover brand continues to have a strong presence in the African marketplace and the world over, so it has put 36 of its best graduating apprentices from Jaguar Land Rover Technical Academy through a life-changing trip to Africa.
When I first got here, I drive at the airport and everything seems to be okay because you're in quite a commercial area, and then as soon as you start to drive down the roads, everything changes and it's just dusty roads.
The guys were really looking forward to the challenge because it gave them a sense of achievement, passing on their skills. They've just been taught and they've spent 3 years learning, and now to feel as though they have something that they can pass on to other people.
Just make sure when you top it up, there's no leaks.
African Mechanic Trust is an organization that was formed because of an identification of lack of skills in the Jua Kali sector. Jua Kali means hot sun, and it's for the mechanics who work under the hot sun. We identified that there was a skills gap and knowledge gap in the industry. So we got together with Jaguar Land Rover, and they offered to train 2 of our mechanics in the UK, and they were trained for a 6-week course, and they came back to Kenya, and they do a Saturday program where they train the Jua Kali mechanics on skills development and how to bridge the gap. Now, we're very happy on behalf of Mechanics Trust to have Jaguar Land Rover here doing the MAD Challenge, which is making a difference.